Good day, everyone. I'm April Rose Kinnear, your supervisor, and welcome to our virtual counseling. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, we weren't able to perform a face-to-face interaction, but we are so thankful for there is another way to communicate with you guys without risking our safety, which is the virtual counseling with the use of our mobile phones and the internet connection. This virtual counseling allows us to meet in our comfort homes without traveling to see each other's. I am looking forward to an interesting talk with you guys, and I hope that we could somehow help you with the problems you are going through. Once again, I'm April Rose Eganir, your supervisor for today's virtual counseling. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Kuyat Joy Arveliones, your counselor for today. Today's virtual class, we will talk about your problems and we'll try to give solution to each of it. And I'll give you some advice to prevent thinking things that would trigger you to hurt yourself or kill yourself. Some of us fear that by asking, we would plant the idea of suicide in the teen's head. I will try my best to mend some of your concerns. And now I will ask you one by one. Did your problems triggers you to commit suicide? How?
Hello, I am Amidi Malazarte and I have a history of becoming suicidal as a result of depression at the time I was working student. That was the time I'm unable to effectively manage my time for study and work. That was the time I have no gadget to use in attending class. Also, there is no stable internet in the place I work in. I'm depressed that time since I believe I'll receive terrible scores as a result of my late submissions of activities and not attending online class. I'm sleeping late and crying in the middle of the night because I'm unable to explain and control my self emotions.
Thank you for opening this kind of topic, Miss Amy. How about you, Mr. Amir?
Hi, I'm Dennis Barbosa Amir. It started to commit suicide when me and my parents going back home from a trip. The wind and rain was so strong. My dad drives slowly because of heavy rain. Minutes after, there is a car driving so fast and crashed with our car. I woke a week later knowing both of my parents died. Also, the car driver crashed us that day. I asked myself why my parents leave me alone. Why didn't they just take me too? Living alone was so lonely, sad, and feels like no color surrounds you. After funeral weeks comes, I started to commit suicide.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Dennis, and I hope that you will heal from that pain soon. So, I guess each one of you have experienced different situations that triggers you to commit this sinful thing. Some of the common signs that a person is thinking of ending their life is they are sometimes sad or moody. They have long lasting sadness and mood swings. Also, they keep everything to themselves. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard for them to open to other persons. And depression is a major risk factor for suicide. But the person suddenly calms after depression or moodiness. I mean, how are you coping up with what's been happening in your life?
I cope up those hard times in life by realizing that I have to be determined, strong, and have a good mindset. I thought it will end my life, but I am so thankful that my mother is always there to give an advice.
How about you, Mr. Amir? Are you thinking of hurting yourself?
Yes, I was feel like I'm hurting myself because I cannot forget and I was overthinking every night and I always believe in God and I was fighting, and maybe I will be okay soon.
Why do people attempt suicide when they appear to feel better? Sometimes a severely depressed person contemplating suicide doesn't have enough energy to attempt it. As the depression lifts, they may regain some energy, but feeling of hopelessness remain, and the increased energy levels may contribute to acting on suicidal feelings. Another theory proposes that a person may give in to depression because they can't fight it anymore, resolving to die. Some anxiety, which makes them appear calmer in the period preceding a suicide attempt. What should you do if someone tells you they are thinking about suicide? Suicide is preventable. Any statements about suicide should be taken seriously. 50 to 60% of all people who died by suicide gave some warning of their intentions to a friend or a family member. Most of people considering suicide need help getting through or the moment of crisis. Often, they have tried to find solutions but may begin to feel hopelessness and able to alternative solutions to the problems.
If someone says he or she is thinking of suicide or behaves in a way that makes you think that the person is in suicidal, do not play it down. Do not ignore it. Many people who kill themselves have expressed their intentions at some point. You may worry that you're overreacting, but the lives of your loved ones and friends are at stake. Do not worry of straining yourself when someone, especially your loved one's life is at stake. You are not responsible for preventing someone from taking his life, but our intervention may let them realize that there are available options to stay safe and keep fighting. I hope all of you guys have gained knowledge or learned something from today's virtual counseling. May all of you be safe from facing this COVID-19 pandemic. Have a good day and God bless.